Welcome guys, it's race week. We head to the British Grand Prix, Silverstone, at the midway point of the season, round 12, and we're back at the home of motorsport. Well, F1 at least. I mean, the home of 8 of the 10 teams, 9 now actually. Sauber announcing their new factory opening this week. So 9 out of the 10 teams have their home in and around Silverstone, in fact. It's been 75 years since the first British Grand Prix on an old airfield, and what a track they built. 5.8 kilometres this one, 18 turns, 2 DRS zones down into turn 6 and turn 15. Medium downforce track, 70% down full throttle around here, and a 52 lap race. The weather conditions are going to be the exciting part for this weekend. Friday, cloudy and cold, so should we see Mercedes back at the front? Saturday and Sunday though, rain forecast, 18-19 degrees track temperature, or temperature in the air. I mean, the weather here in the UK at the moment is all over the place, so we could just get no rain and sunshine suddenly appears throughout the full weekend. But it's Silverstone and there's always a bit of splash of rain in and around, and I'd hope it, and I'd absolutely love it if we get mixed conditions here, because it always throws up what is generally, even in dry conditions, a fantastic race. Tyres, it's one step softer from the Pirelli from last year in their bid with the FIA to add more strategy options or enforce strategy options on the team. So it's the mid-range C2 for the hards, C3 for the mediums, and C4 for the softs. Strategy, it's one stop normally, but with this softer compound, could we see 2 stops? Who knows? But with the rain forecast, I mean, we could see absolutely anything. And if we get a dry, wet race, which, like, fingers crossed, I'm kind of hoping for, would be brilliant, we should be in for a cracking race. On to my predictions, and I've gone for, strangely considering it's going to be wet, I've still gone for the 2 McLarens to be up the top for pole position. I've got Oscar Piastri to come back bouncing after his defeat to Lando Norris last time out. He tends to do all right around Silverstone, and he's been on a flyer, to say the least, at the moment so far this season. Lando Norris second, no surprise. I've gone for the 2 McLarens with the medium downforce circuit and fast, medium, high-speed corners. They've been brilliant around them, so I expect them to go well, and I expect Max Verstappen to be back on the podium, or third place at least, for qualifying for the race. I've got him finishing Oscar to win it. Sorry, Lando fans, I don't think he'll take his home race, and Norris to come home in second. But I do see Lewis Hamilton back on the podium in his Ferrari suit for the first time in front of his home fans. He tends to produce something spectacular around here, and it won't surprise me if he does it again. Good weekend. I'm going for McLaren, obviously, but also Ferrari, especially if Lewis can get on the podium, cement what's been a good step. What they said, it was, a massive step, Lewis said, in Austria, so more upgrades to come here, and I expect them to do well. I'm predicting it be a bad weekend for the Alpines, so let's see how they get on. News, more rumours of Fred Vasseur, pressure on him at Ferrari to lose his position. I mean, he had to make a short exit for personal reasons for the race in Austria. I'm sure he'll be back in Silverstone. And Toto Wolff jumping to his defence this time around. I mean, he's much loved around the paddock, but not much love, it seems, from the top at Ferrari at this stage. For me, I hope he stays. I think he's done a pretty decent job. Everyone forgets how much of a mess Ferrari were, and he's turned things around in the right directions a lot of ways. I mean, there's still more to do, but like Lewis has said, that they're working on all of that in the background, and that's probably why you've not seen the best things on the racetrack. But once they get the house in order at the back, I expect things to change on track as well. Mercedes said they will confirm their driver lineup in the summer break. I'm kind of expecting George Russell to be retained alongside Kimi Antonelli, considering if it's going to be announced in the summer break. If it was Verstappen, I think they would give potentially a longer lead line, but let's watch out on that front. Paul Aron, who is an Alpine reserve driver, gets to do some of the FP1 sessions for them, will be in the Sauber seat for FP1 in 2 of the next 3 Grand Prix or FP1s, and that will start in Silverstone. He'll be taking Nico Hülkenberg's. That is a surprise move that they've managed to agree a deal with that. I'm surprised Sauber have done that. I'm not sure they're short of funds on the with the Audi side coming in there, and why they'd give a rival the opportunity to test one of their young protege. And is this Alpine, not really particularly happy with Franco and really assessing their options, and that's kind of what they've said, isn't it, when they've given Franco 5 races and Jack Doohan 5 races. Will we see Paul Aron in there? Let's see how he gets on in FP1. That'll be interesting to see. 2026, some news on that front. There will be now 3-day tests ahead of the opening of the season, so they've triple that. It used to just be 1 3-day test in Bahrain. We're now going to get a 3-day test in Barcelona. That'll be the 26th to the 30th of Jan, and then we're going to go back to back in Bahrain, so that starts on the 11th to the 13th of February, and then 18th to the 20th of February for the last of the 3-day testing there. So more testing needed. I mean, it's a massive haul of regulation changes with engine and aero, so not surprising, especially with a lot of teams like voicing concerns of how cars will be. I mean, they're still really not sure, given it's so late in the day, especially on the engine side of things, and even on the front car front. I mean, they've not got very long to go to produce these all new cars for 26, so be interesting to see how that gets on. For the British Grand Prix, I cannot wait for the action to get. It should be really interesting. The story will be, can Lando claw his way into Oscar Piastri's lead and get it down to 8 points with a win? And especially if Oscar just comes home second, it'll be massive for us and Lando Norris in the championship battle. Once it gets down to single digits, it's a completely different ball game. You can sort of reverse the pressure on Oscar Piastri, because at the moment he's still got a little bit of a buffer in my front. An Oscar win gets him back up to that 22-point lead, and as long as he can keep that sort of buffer zone for Oscar, he's going to back himself all the way to the end for his first championship. And I think it looks like after Austria, it does look like it'll be a 2-horse race, and really that's the big thing. Also, obviously, numerous upgrades for everybody else, so it'll be really interesting to see how that pans out. And if it's a wet race, I mean, my predictions probably just go out the window, because it's anyone's game then, and I wouldn't be surprised if Max Verstappen takes the win. And that's what's so great about the British Grand Prix. Coming soon, watch out for the qualifying review and race review. I'll see you on the next one. Please like, subscribe, comment, guys. Let me know what your predictions are, who you think will take the pole and the win in Silverstone. Look forward to hearing from you. See you soon.